Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Pro Minds tournaments. We have our grand finals here, both teams undefeated. This is going to be an amazing match between Team YEETMACHINE and Team Throw Minds. I'm joined here by Neon. Neon, how's it going? How you doing today? And what do you think of this best of three? How do you think it's going to shape out to be?
Oh man, I'm excited. Getting to cast the grand finals, another one in the books for me here. More Valorant and more gameplay. That's what we're here for. And I'm ready. I'm excited. And I know a couple of the players are in the lobby saying they're nervous a little bit. But, when both teams have something referring to throwing and yeeting, we'll see who will be the hardest thrower today in this best of three grand finals. And like you said, both of these teams coming in undefeated. We'll see if one of that trends will continue on, if there will be a 2-0, or will we see a 2-1 either way. And that's what we're going to be in for a treat here, Caliber.
Yeah, absolutely. I always love when we have two undefeated teams, just in general in a tournament, because it really shows you how teams like interact. Because if you are undefeated yourself, that obviously makes you carry yourself in a certain way. But going up against another team that's also undefeated, it could raise some issues. As we see, the first map that we're going to be going to is going to be Lotus. The next one, Sunset. That game has not occurred yet, so 9-13. Yeah, we got that off your screen real fast. So next will be Sunset, which is honestly a map that I was a little surprised to see. Usually, at least I haven't seen Sunset come out all too much in terms of picks. Sometimes it's one that's banned, but it will be picked away. And then ultimately, Haven will be the decider map if we do get to it. But yeah, starting off on Lotus, definitely one of those more standard maps. Definitely a map where the meta is a little bit defined. Of course, there's a lot of leeway. Like in the game earlier, we saw a Viper come out. Of course, that's pretty stock standard, but the other team chose to run only one smoke. So I'm definitely excited to see how the comps shape out to be in this one.
Yeah, absolutely, Lotus. As the first game of the map, we're going to be starting on a three-sided map. We have a lot of people with mixed feelings about three-sided maps, whether it's attacker-sided because you get to rotate pretty quickly, and especially on Lotus, the rotates are relatively short through that breakable A-link door or that rotating door through that C side. But what's really interesting is how the defense will end up setting up, especially if we have either a double smoke setup, which is or a double sentinel setup, which I have seen. I know a lot of players also like to play Vice at higher levels of play as their staple. I know a lot of people in mid to lower also like to play that Cypher as well on this map. So it's going to be a real interesting pickup for these teams. So what agents they do end up selecting for these for the defensive side, because as we know, sentinels, they'll help cover your flanks on the attackers, but don't offer as much when you're trying to take on those straightforward more approaches when you are on the attack side.
Absolutely. And one of the sentinels that's really, really good on this map, of course, you did mention the Vice, but you also did mention how sentinels, when you're on the attacker side, if you're going to run a double sentinel comp, it is really hard for you to get value out of that pick, right? So it does sort of rely on you having a really strong defender half. But again, I think another sentinel that allows for a little more offensive options is definitely the Cypher, right? And we don't see it as much as the Vise on Lotus for sure, but it definitely opens up a lot more offensive options just because you can cover that much more space with your trip.
Absolutely.
With your cam. There's just so much more you can do, right? And so I'm really interested as we start to get into agent select. We should be going there any minute now.
Yeah, and then once that goes in, as we've seen in this tournament, a lot of momentum can be had in this game. And then when it comes to a best of three, taking that first game can give your team a lot of that energy, a lot of that momentum, as I've said, to go into that next game. A best of three is much more of a mental game with your team, with the opponent as well, to make sure that you're going to continue on to get that games, get those shots landing, going for the whole series, not just one game as it was in the best of ones previously in the earlier rounds today.
Yeah, absolutely. Best of threes, of course, have such a different feel to them than best of ones, and there's a lot of tension for sure, especially in the first map, because as you did mention, the momentum does carry from map 1 to 2 very well, and so I'm very interested to see how this map 1 plays out for both teams, because as we mentioned before, they are both undefeated. And again, we mentioned the Cypher before, and here it is, very aggressive Sentinel option, but something I am a bit surprised to see is that the Yeet, Team Yeet, I believe, I'm just going to call them Team Yeet, they've opted for the Clove, which is very, very unorthodox. Usually you're going to opt for something like the Raze, like the Throwmasters have. You know, it's so important to have that Raze, I feel, just because it provides so much value, especially alongside the Fade, which Throwmines have acquired, right? And so I think really in this draft, the burden of execution is on YEETMACHINE to sort of prove that they can get use out of this Fade, because there's nothing wrong with double smokes inherently, for sure. Like, I love the Viper. I also do love having something that can give you those one-ways, like usually it's on the C site, but again, I'm just not sure how much value this Clove is going to get on it.
Oh, I absolutely have to agree with you there. That's going to be the extra degree of difficulty we're going to see going to this game. If you don't, the double smokes is cool, but the thing about it is, which one of your controllers can act as that pseudo sentinel? You know, we have that stall potential from the Viper. You have the Cloud, poison Cloud, that obviously is going to be a bit of decay, as well as a snake bite for that, as well as an acting Molotov. But as for, like you said, the Clove, you have a vulnerable throw out there. But how much value will you get off of it? That's going to be the real question going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really is a question of value, right? And I hope we do get a good amount of value here, as YEETMACHINE somehow able to take down 2 indoor. Let's see if he's gonna be able to find more. 3 in the end. Still hasn't fallen just yet. Maybe looking for the ace here. Maybe. Oh my god! First round ace for YEETMACHINE. You can see him in his shiesty. This guy is an absolute monster. That's why his team is undefeated, and that's why the team is named after him.
Oh my god, YEETMACHINE throwing everything out the window right now, living up to the name. And that's how you get momentum starting into this best of 3. Oh my goodness, popping heads, feeling good so far off the pistol. What else can you say about round 1 there, honestly?
I mean, truthfully, like, it didn't look like that good of an angle, especially when you have so many players on that C mount. I mean, I just really didn't expect a Cypher with only a Ghost to be able to get that much done, but he really proved me wrong, and now he's able to secure that extremely powerful buy of a Vandal as well as the full shields.
Oh, absolutely. Now it looks like the attackers here are going to be going and trying to force their way up through B main. Already, all of them, the Prowler's going to spot out the one onto the entrance. Are they going to cover the cross? There's going to be YEETMACHINE finding 1, 2, and 3. Back to back. 8 kills in a row and a flawless. Already, so far, 10 kills. 8 of them belong to YEETMACHINE.
This guy is an absolute monster. Coming into this game, I did not expect this guy to be so dominant, but proving us wrong in the very first 2 rounds of the game, it really sets a tone for the rest of the series.
Oh, absolutely. Tone sets. Who will shut them down? Now that's going to be the answer. That's going to be the theme we're probably going to be looking at for the rest of the game so far. 8 already. Playing the Sentinel that is a Cypher, not holding their sight, just going all out, and already 8 kills on the board. Ultimate primed and ready to go when they have another kill in their hands.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see if Throwmines are able to get stuff done on this site hit. They seem to be going towards A with the Viper Wall. It's so powerful. The spam is coming through. We'll get him so far down, and Peso will be able to pick up the kill onto Blade. Counter Viper Wall is there, creating a little bit of a cross, so might be a little bit awkward here, but with the man advantage, they should be able to make it. Oh my goodness, sorry. I always think that it's a cam, but it's actually a GIF.
Here they go, trying to come out of that tree area. Jace, Mace getting another one onto their Fade counterpart. They're going to jump into the hands of YEETMACHINE. That's going to be Atrix falling, and here comes a rest. It's going to be a 2v3 in favor of the offense, and there's the Neural Theft online and supporting all the firepower. And now it's down to a 2v2. Both these attackers stuck in tree, stuck between a rock and a hard place. What's their call?
Absolutely stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Sylvia trying to swing, but into the high-low of the attackers. Only one member remains, but it is YEETMACHINE. Can he pull it out is the question. We're going to have to see. Oh, he gets a chunk down. Only 10 HP left on one, but Peso is the one to shut him down. The first time this man has died, and it's in such a pivotal spot in the rounds, isn't able to find the clutch.
Oh, unfortunate for YEETMACHINE, but if you are on the side of throw mines there, you'll take any round you can get. Although was a little bit sloppy, losing 4 members there, so their economy going into this next round is not going to be looking too hot here. All the members hovering around 3,000 credits right there. Only pays to bring in a full rifle into this round, probably the rest. So right now, this timeout for them going to be huge for the side of throw mines here.
Absolutely. And a question of mine would be, what do you think that throw mines are really talking about here? Because for sure, they definitely got rolled in the first 2 rounds, and they were really close to losing that round. YEETMACHINE is so good. I mean, you can literally see it on the leaderboard. 11-1 is his kill-death ratio. Absolutely monster, especially considering only 3 rounds have played out. So I think throw mines really need to figure out how they're going to sort of play around him, because YEETMACHINE is, we saw him contest that C main space, and we saw what happens when throw mines met him. But he's also very good at rotating and being where he needs to be. We saw him on the A site, maybe not as sudden as he would have liked to be, but obviously you're playing a Sentinel. But he is very good at being present in multiple places of the map at once, which is exactly what you want to see from a Sentinel. So I think for throw mines, you really need to think about what you're going to do to shut this guy down.
Exactly. Util on one side, and then the actual person with the gun on the other. Definitely a hard choice to be making. Oh, but YEETMACHINE taken down with 1 bullet by Asterix.
Yeah, Asterix able to find the kill with the Guardian. It's so pivotal to find these picks, and another one just there. He's able to find a kill onto the B side, so it seems that throw mines, though, they don't want to commit too far towards the C side. This is something that they've done a lot in their past games, where they'll get a lot of pressure, a lot of leeway towards one side of the map. And sort of what's going on in their heads, they think, well, since we've got so much pressure here, why not just rotate? Because obviously they're going to think that we're hitting, so let's just go towards the other side. But they do catch one, but at the expense of one of their own. So in the end, it will be a 2v4, definitely favoring the attackers, though.
Oh, Blade trying to take out that Fade Eye as well. Now it's going to be a retake 2v4. Hard task for sure, as 3 of the 4 members already positioned up close in that tree. They know there's 1 player in drop. They have to find 1 more. Right now, it's just a matter of information. Swinging out, Blade going to get spammed through the smoke, but Jace Mace is there. Swinging wide and swinging hard. Double headshot on a Phantom.
Jace Mace able to pick up the final 2 kills of the round in a little rat spot. You can see him talking, you can see him getting all fired up after that one. Just a great overall rounds by the attackers, I think, in general. Able to find the first 2 picks of the rounds, and I don't think the rotation is like a necessity, but it certainly is just their play style. They like to sort of switch things up, because usually if a team gets 1 or 2 kills towards the side of the map, obviously it's going to be a little bit weaker for the defense, but they just didn't want to take their chances, and they reset their advantage, and they gave themselves, yeah, again, just a bigger and more definite advantage in that last round.
Right. And now, in going into this round, a bit of a force spike on the side of YEETMACHINE as well. 2 Vandals and a bunch of pistols behind it. So they are trying to find something a little aggressive here. As you can see, Yen trying to keep that C mount control, but taking a lot of damage for it. Oh. And damage, sort of like a cluster bomb from the sky. Asterix finds it. Peso on the other side, finding something on A as well.
Yeah. YEETMACHINE not too happy about that one, having his teammate fall to the paint shells. Not how you want to start that round. And now throw mines are able to get onto this A site for pretty much free. No more side players are there to meet them. And YEETMACHINE are only left with 3 members for this retake.
Yeah, Ghost, a Sheriff, and a Vandal, but it's going to be in the hands of YEETMACHINE. But the rest of their team will fall. Hard to ask. Will they decide to go for a save, or will they attempt to go for a hero play once again? Potentially another pop-off as they swing out through stairs. It's going to be first contact. Ooh, even that door making them hesitate a little bit here. But it looks like there will be a call to most likely save, but try to find some exit frags on the way out. Finds 1, Sayasi, times 2 and 3. So right now they have another member to find, so he have the information on both. One towards main and one towards that upper position as that boombot was there. And they'll find the fourth, but we'll lose the round on the back of it. YEETMACHINE. Oh my god, damage galore.
This might be some of the best aim I've ever seen. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Maybe this guy is just absolutely blessed, but he has gotten 15 kills in 5 rounds. That is absolutely bonkers. And somehow, even though he has literally 15 kills, his team is losing. I don't know how that happens. I don't know what is going on in the team of YEETMACHINE. It's literally YEETMACHINE's team. I mean, you can see why it's named after him, right? He's just doing so much work, so much carrying so much of the weight, right? And I think we really do need to see the rest of the members of YEETMACHINE to step up. I think we do need to see Sylvia on the Clove get more value out of that pick, show us why we're not playing the Omen, show us why we don't have that paranoia anymore. And I do really think that YEETMACHINE, their team has a lot of things to prove, but I definitely think that they can do it if given the chance.
Absolutely. And now 3 ultimates on the side of Throwmines here. They have the Viper's Pit, Nightfall, and the Steel Garden. If they do decide to use so, of course, YEETMACHINE has that neural theft for the 2nd time already off the back of those 15 kills. Of course, has to get a kill off the back of it. Yen also has the Nightfall of their own if they do want to counter, if they end up on the same side. But right now, Star's setup pretty default on the defense so far. 45 seconds, still a lot of time for these teams to play it out.
Yeah, very interesting to see because, again, as you mentioned, a very default setup by the attackers, but with only 40 seconds left on the round, they gotta go somewhere, right? And seems as though they want to go C. And it's not necessarily the worst call in the world, considering there's only one player, but when that player is YEETMACHINE, you know you're in for a treat. Traveler coming out, trying to spot out his position. We'll get tethered. The absolute utility up is, oh my goodness, that is every single piece of utility. Finds one, isn't able to find the second though, and that's the star player on this YEETMACHINE team down. Now the Viper's Pit is coming out, Blade trying to find the first kill, able to find it onto Jace Mate. This retake is looking pretty good, but Bomb is about to go down with 8 seconds left in the round. Fade Ultimate coming out there, trying to scale back on the set. Westy able to find one, is he able to find a second? Yes, is 2 members remain for him to peek. Yen trying to get something only with the classic though. Maybe with the judge he's able to find something a little bit ratty. Westy might be in a little bit of trouble as Yen swings out and finds the kill. Now though, a 1v2 scenario looks to just save the Vandal.
Oh my god, everything including the kitchen sink thrown at YEETMACHINE. At the very least he got one, but at the end of the day, that was a lot of investment for Throwmines there. If they didn't get that round, it would have been a costly investment that would have been biting at their heels for the rest of the first half. Thankfully, they win out with 2 members still left alive, and that is going to be a huge pivotal moment for them to continue their momentum in this first half.
For sure. I mean, 2 ultimates used. I believe both fatal ultimates, I believe, were used in that round. So net neutral, but I believe the Viper Pit was also used. So Throwmine's definitely using that crucial ultimate to secure them around. But, you know, for YEETMACHINE, it did look pretty good, especially when Blade was able to find that initial pick. But it kind of did just fall apart there in the end. Not the best showing, but definitely not the worst either. I think they salvaged what could have been a round that was a lot worse, especially when your star player who's 16-3 on the Cypher falls in the first, I don't want to say in the first couple seconds, but in the first couple seconds of the execute.
Yeah, and here they go. Tavasi is going to get the first one. Westy follows it up in B main as well. But YEETMACHINE opens the door to death. Trent's only for the one. Showstopper's going to be invested as well through the rotating door. No. Door gets shut down, and meanwhile Braxton trying to find something, but Peso shuts down their Viper counterpart, and B is all for the taking as there only one player left alive in Peso and Yen. Both chunked down to slivers of HP, but they will fight another day for the time being. And right now, looks like another clean round win for Throwmines.
Oh, yep. Will just be a clean round win in the end. A Team Ace, 1 kill going down at the end. Thought maybe something more could have happened. Only 12 bullets left in the Vandal though. Not exactly the situation you want to be in. But again, YEETMACHINE having lost 5 rounds in a row, it seems like the Cypher has just gotten a little bit antsy here, swinging out, knows that he has the aim, but just when there's so many members of Throwmines that are there to counter you, it can be very hard to win these rounds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right there. It was just, where can they find it? I think they're realizing Yeet Machine does like to play on that C site. Well, if they can't get that early pick onto him, they're really trying to force Adrian somewhere else. And right now, that previous round we saw was going through that B main. They got the two people there, and right now it was just pretty much a slow roll through. They even got the slow flanking of Braxton. Oh, I'm sorry. Slow lurking. Yeah, it was Braxton going through A main, and Peso shut that down accordingly. So right now, I think they have the game plan. It's either find Yeet Machine, take him down with the swiftness, or just find the rest of the team. And right now, force Yeet Machine into that late rotate.
And what's kind of happened is like exactly what you said. They either pick off Yeet Machine early in the round, or they kill literally every single other member, and then Yeet Machine is left in a 1v5. Like, that's basically the two scenarios that we have seen. Of course, we did see that rather close round where they had the C execute, and they got a lot of value out of it. But in the end, Yeet Machine as a team definitely do need to step it up. As you said, Braxton not having the best game, nor Sylvia 1-5 and 0-6 respectively on the Clove and the Viper. But after the timeout, let's hope they got some things done. Yen lurking in the corner here. This Viper wall is a very scary place, but the Prowler should spot him out, is able to shoot it. Maybe he's able to get the eye down and get something with the scan, but should just be dead to the spam.
Yeah, nice little trap play there. They tried to clear out the angle, ended up throwing the eye, the C's, and the paint shell. So nice little spam through the box just to ensure it at the end of the day. So nice little thought out play. But here, Tavasi on the backside, Blade with the judge, throwing down the judgment.
Yeah, in the rat corner with the judge. Definitely something you should always be scared of. Of course, it's kind of awkward to peek that, and awkward to clear that, but it's something that you need to be doing regardless. Now, though, throw mines will be spotted on their way towards C. I think their rationale is if that they're fast enough, it won't matter at all. The Fade Prowler is so good at finding those Cypher trips, though. That's exactly what it's doing. Now, Yeet Machine trying to hold, getting a little bit distracted. There's just so much he has to focus on. Peso trying to find what he can, but Asterix finding the spam onto Yeet Machine. Again, Yeet Machine is down. Snakebite tries to come out to sort of delay the push, delay the plans, but how much more can they do? World is divided now. Trades are coming down onto site, but trades are not what you want if you're Yeet Machine. Peso picking up the 3K, yet another round win for Throw Mines.
Oh my goodness, right now they're playing on the same wavelength thus far for the side of Throw Mines. You can see the rotate coming through, and Yeet Machine, the shots were not landing that round. Just unfortunate, just too many targets across the board on their screen. And once they got control of the site, it was just a matter of playing it safe and smart for the side of Throw Mines, and they played that so well once they got control and took down Yeet Machine as well.
Yeah, I mean, they just play so well around figuring out where he is and then shutting him down, because that's exactly what they do. I mean, you saw it. We've seen the site executes go either way. We've seen them go towards A like they are now. We've also seen them go towards C. And one of the bad things about Cypher on this map and just in general is that his trips can be tripped by the Fade Prowlers, which is definitely not the best to say the least. So now, though, we will see just yet another A hit. The Viper wall is oh so good on this side execute, but it seems like they want to go through door. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out if they run into Braxton.
Yeah, Braxton, the sole person holding this A site right now. With 4 players leaning towards that A side, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but of course, they don't have that information quite yet. You can see the defenders just going back to a default spread, and there it is, going to be the information as Braxton gets taken out as they push through that A link. Again, gets the nice headshot with the bandit, and here comes the rest of the team coming out through B main. Jace Mains finds one on Sir Fate counterbar, and they will get to plant down into the bottom of the pit. So now 3v5, of course, they have the Blade Storm already popped for the defense, as well as the run it back. It's not done yet, ultimate, I should say, for the side of Sylvia here. Shaft unable to land as they do get blinded to a sliver of HP. Blade finds one, swinging through the link door, finds another one, and now the defense swarming the rest of the site. They're making this costly, and now it's down to a 1v1. Blade versus Westy.
Yeah, 5 bullets left in the gun, has a dash, but it just ran out. Only 5 bullets, but he only needs 1, getting what is such a crucial round win to swing the momentum a little back in Yeet Machine's favor.
Oh my god, Blade living up to their name. Blade Storm in hand, following it up with the Vandal. 4K, I believe, on the round, or at least, yeah, it was a 4. But wow, what a take. The lot of the defense coming through heaven, and then no one was covering that broken door. A Link leaving Blade just to feast as they entered right here. Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not quite sure what exactly was going down on site. I mean, you can see the last kill there. Absolutely beautiful for Blade to close out the round and again swing the momentum a little bit back. But I just don't know how they didn't see him, or if there was some sort of miscommunication about where he was. But yeah, ultimately looked very discoordinated from Throwmines, which is not something we've been seeing too much of them, especially in this past 6 rounds. Or I should say 6 or 7, because the last one they lost, but the 6 before that looked really good. Now I'm going to look towards an A main scale, but J-Space has suspicions about to walk up, is going to be able to find Yen and find the first pick all around, but a re-swing from YEETMACHINE will be fruiting absolutely nothing. J-Space finding yet another kill, being so patient and having the exact awareness that he needs. Now, I believe Throwmines will be able to scale onto the C side and get the bomb down pretty much for free, as no members of YEETMACHINE are near.
Yeah, what a call for the side of Throwmines there. Right now, they honestly let the defenders come to them, and they were ready for it. We saw J-Space ready with open arms to accept all 3 of those kills. You know, even right now, still looking pretty healthy to look for a potential ace if they decide to go for it. But like again, what a macro call there. There's going to be Braxton, first kill. They taking out Jace. And Sylvia trying to push through those vines as well. Last person left standing on top of the box, and they will fall simultaneously. Sylvia and Braxton both fall.
Yeah, 3-7 now is the score line. You can see at the bottom, or in the middle rather, of your screen just how dominant this game has been for Throwmines. After the last round, I would have thought that YEETMACHINE would have been a little more confident. They would had, I guess they really did have confidence, because they walked all the way up scene, both YEETMACHINE, I believe Yen, they walked up together, but weren't able to find anything. So very sad to see from them. But now the rest of YEETMACHINE is looking to take some early A main pressure, but without the raise, I'm not quite sure how fruitful it will be.
And now this is going to be the first time we see these players fight over this A main position for the Rumble. There's going to be everything throwing out, all the utility, and Westy finds 3 with Ashes taking the first. And now we've talked about these situations before. YEETMACHINE left in a 1v4 to clutch up the round.
Nothing that YEETMACHINE is not capable of, though. Westy looking for the 4K, isn't able to find it. YEETMACHINE left on only 47 HP. Bomb is now officially down. Catches a glimpse of the Fade running away, so should have that little bit of information. He's going to go for the drop, though, so should have a pretty good position on site, but Ray's ultimate is popped, and this is so impossible to deal with. What are you going to do, especially if you're on the box and there's someone spamming you? There's absolutely nothing to do in that scenario, and it just shows you how scared they are of you if they have to pop a Ray's ult in a 1v3 scenario.
Oh, absolutely. It's justified as well. We've seen throughout the game. Don't even let them get a piece of breathing room now. Into the final round of the first half. What will adjustments be made? Ultimate still online. 3 for the defense, 2 for the offense. And at this point, somewhat of a broken economy for the defense as well. So right now, instead of going default, I kind of wish they kind of went for more of a retake position here. Try to switch up their strategy. But right now, YEETMACHINE trying to go and play aggressive will not pay off for them.
Yeah, might be getting a little angry, a little angsty here. Not having the best performance, at least recently, as Blade is now pushing up with the Blade Storm, but Peso is there. YEETMACHINE are just getting absolutely ripped apart here. Now Sylvia and Yen, last 2 alive, use the Fatal Ultimate to try to get back onto site, but Yen swinging out, not able to find absolutely anything, but Sylvia might be able to find something left in this round. But a Spectre versus 4 rifles is always so scary, especially when you have to walk into a Viper Pit as well. The eye is there, the information is revealed. J-Space is celebrating 9-3 half. Let's go, Throwmines.
Throwmines making that half look easy after the first 2. Right now, they took a little bit time to warm up, but now they hit the ground running, and they're absolutely feeling themselves in this first game. You can see also the kills being relatively split across the teams. 13, 12, 10, 9, and even 6 on the side of Asterisk as well. And you can just see on that round at the end of it in that replay, just clean, clear comms for the side of Throwmines to get those wins. And it just really speaks to how much of their round wins are attesting to that kind of gameplay playing together.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, though, sides are switched, right? So we will see throw mines on the defense using the tether grenade combo on C. This is where they like it to be a lot more. We saw it in their game earlier, and it did lead to their win. And now Peso taking some early contact.
Ooh, Braxton will be the first to fall, and there will be Sylvia to follow in suit. That's going to be the spike down as well, but they haven't gotten much information. Yen finds Tavasi with the looking the wrong way. So they made a little bit of space, but at what cost? Yen falling through the box. Oh no. Getting information, but right now at least A is for the pickings for the side of YEETMACHINE.
Yeah, able to get the plant down in a situation like this, where it is 2 versus 4. It's so crucial because it puts the defenders on a clock. So we'll have to see if YEETMACHINE is able to capitalize on it. Swings out, finds Jace Mace, which could be the first pick of this round. That, you know, I think it might be the breaking point here, but we'll have to see as all 3 members are grouped up. I think this might be the play, especially if you're into someone like YEETMACHINE, but Blade showing why he is a member of this team as well. Able to pick up the 3K in the end. Didn't even need YEETMACHINE, rather.
Oh my goodness, Blade headshots with the Sheriff, making it worth. We don't often see Sheriffs in the first pistols rounds of the game, but when you do, you see the value. Blade now bringing themselves to double digits in the kill category, and that is a first step for YEETMACHINE to bring it back in their favor in the second half.
Yeah, for sure, YEETMACHINE definitely needed that round. Now, a little bit more guns. They should be feeling a little bit more comfortable on the C mound space, taking a lot of it. Haven't quite used the tether grenade combo just yet. I think they want some more information. Holding out the yellow card, not the red card, thankfully, for YEETMACHINE, but tether grenade combo does come out, so they are just going to be forced to back up a little bit.
Yeah, now at this point you can see, I think we're seeing a little bit of their weakness come through for the side of YEETMACHINE, similar to what we saw in the other one. Not really confident in their gunplay in the 1v1, so now they're trying to see if the defense tries to come to them. Right now, they're going to play together here. Who will come through as they make their way onto B site?
Yeah, the hit is coming out. YEETMACHINE does have a Vandal, and we know that when YEETMACHINE has a Vandal, it's pretty much always a round win, but Blade whiffing a little bit, but ultimately does find the kill, as well as YEETMACHINE finding one as well. So Snakebite comes out, but oh my goodness, got a little bit of a timing. Maybe he didn't know that he was there, but the 2 rats in the corner means that YEETMACHINE will fall, and with it, their Vandal, but Yen swinging out, finding the 2K. And Sylvia will find the final one to make YEETMACHINE their second round in their half.
Oh my gosh, YEETMACHINE, it's their turn to group up and make throw mines consider what they need to do on defense, just forcing the issue on B side, and even on this off the site, Blade finding the kill with that Sheriff that they brought over. You can see just overwhelming them with numbers. Other than that one right there for Blade, the double swing from Yen, beautiful lineup on that A link, and right now rifles in hand for pretty much everyone across the board. Will there be a play here? Not quite yet. Again, trying to find that trap play. Will not find success, but forces them off A.
Yeah, now the hit is going towards the C site. We'll have to see if Vise is able to hold. Of course, Vise is so good at holding these early pushes. The wall is on B, which is the standard, but there are a good amount of thorns on the site to prevent any fast site hits, but the fast hit seems to be coming down anyways.
There is going to be Tavasi taking out the kill onto Braxton, so they are going to take a little bit more time to get that spike planted. Of course, keep their head down, plant it in that back corner, that close ramp area. The defense trying to go through this door as well. Westy finding the first onto Blade, and Asterix following suit. The timing there for Peso, unable to get the kill right now. Just a 2v5. These attackers left between. A hard decision here as Yen finds an opener for themselves, but will fall shortly as the defense gets the retake. Clean with 4 still up.
Yeah, I mean, 5-10 now, the scoreline in favor of throw mines. YEETMACHINE definitely needs to step it up here. It feels like they faltered just a little bit after that so dominant first 2 rounds. We can see it on the scoreboard. They're only able to find 3 more after them. So I think they definitely need to step it up. But here is it. Here the rifle round is. Both teams able to full buy up. So they should have enough resources to execute on whatever plays they are thinking of.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a split call there for the side of YEETMACHINE. We saw, I believe, Yen might have been a player that pushed up through CT, didn't hold position, didn't hold the angle, ended up falling back, knowing that their teammates were falling towards that C main position. Now they're going to try to force it through A here. Gonna satchel up, and Blade shoots them down. Jacemay's finding one, and Blade finding the three on top of it. And now A, ripe for the pickings, full speed ahead towards this site.
Absolutely. Free site, pretty much. No members are going to stop this plan from coming down. Tavasi looking for a little bit of spam, but how much would that really do? Blade, absolute monster in this round. We can see he has the Ascendant Buddy for a reason. Have to see if they're able to close out this round, though. Tavasi able to find pretty good pick here, but let's see if Peso's able to do anything. Doesn't seem like he is just yet, as is Yen to be left.
Tavasi gonna find a nice little swing as Yen finds it, and Braxton finding their second kill of the game, looking good on that one. Communication, knowledge, all there. Great momentum stopper for YEETMACHINE on that round.
Yep. And one thing I'm curious about is we can see on the side of YEETMACHINE, they have a player named Yen. And the side of Throw Mines, they have a player named Peso. So I'm wondering if there's any correlation, because Yen is the currency of Japan and Peso's the currency of Mexico. Do you think there's any correlation, or do you think it's just random?
I don't know. They've both made it to the grand finals here with both their names, with Yeet and Throw in their names. So as far as I'm concerned, they're throwing these coins into the fountain and wishing for a win every single time.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, thank you. But now, little bit of contact on C forces the attacking side of YEETMACHINE here towards that A side. Again, last only person to be holding this site is going to be Braxton. Of course, they're going to get a rotate over from that stairs position. But right now, Westy is going to be there. Will Braxton find one? Tavasi will find two.
Spike down A.
And they're going to find and hold that position. The spike is going to be confirmed. YEETMACHINE finally takes it out, but Westy is going to be there, finding a double on the round for them as well. The double swing, jumping and running and gunning. Peso winning the coin wars on that one.
Yeah, Throw Mine's able to pick up that round. Extremely crucial here because it puts them only 2 rounds away from a map 1 victory. Of course, this is a best of 3, but we've talked about momentum both in maps as well as series. And if they can take map 1, it will bode extremely well for the next one.
Yeah, now 3 ultimates in queue in the inventory of both these teams. Once again, it's going to be crucial. Of course, for the defense, they probably have a little bit more utility. They have the Divide, Steel Garden, and the Nightfall as well, whereas we have the Neural Theft, Blade Storm, and a Nightfall of their own. So do still have to land the shot to make use of some of them. But as they make towards their A, it's only going to be up here to Tavasi by themselves.
Yeah, we have to see how much value he can get, but he's taken down extremely low, is able to find a kill onto Blade as well as get off the site, but YEETMACHINE is here, cutting down the rotates, able to get the ultimate as well to spot out exactly where the enemies are coming from. Now, though, with the information that no one is flanked, they should be able to extend back into where they came from, but YEETMACHINE somehow getting a kill on the rope. I have no clue how you pulled that off. Double Fate ultimate coming out as well. So synchronized, you would have thought it was a movie. Asterix a little cut out here, maybe in a little bit of a rough place as Jacemay's able to find a kill onto Sylvia as well as Yen, but YEETMACHINE is just so dominant, trying to stall out as much as he can. A last one alive, double swing, not enough bullets in the end. YEETMACHINE can't find enough as Jacemay's takes the round.
Oh my god, 2 more bullets would have been more than enough to grab their second ace of the game for YEETMACHINE, but it was just not in the cards. And now Throw Mines putting themselves on game points on Lotus here. What a round, and you called it just like a movie, that round. Cinematic.
Absolutely cinematic. I think if YEETMACHINE would have won that round, it would have been one for the books. But unfortunately, for YEETMACHINE, Throw Mines were able to clutch it up. Jacemay's with the 3K, absolutely so dominant on the fade. And now, though, they look to make their way in what could be the final round of the map towards this A site.
Yeah, Yeah, 5 members already pushing out, and you can see on the minimap as well, the defense have already pushed past that mound, and it's going to be up to Savasi once again to hold on this A site. They throw the thorns down for some stalling time. At least they trade out for one, so they're not going to have any more util for that fate to be used, and Westy not covering the smoke. YEETMACHINE finding the second opener, and Spike will be put down on this A site.
2 members of Throw Mines are on the flank, though. They break the trip, so they shouldn't know exactly how many are there or who exactly is there. Now they know what the fate is. YEETMACHINE getting a little bit too cocky there, not able to find any of the kills, but Yen is there to pick up the slack, not able to find as much as they would have wanted to, though. Jace Mace is only on 10 HP, so one shot to the body will be enough. Sylvia won't be the one to find it as the Race Ultimate is popped. This could be the last one if they're able to find it. It gets the kill onto Blade. Such a snipe there as they get the defuse as well as a map 1 win.
Oh my goodness, GG and well played for game 1 for Throw Mines. Oh my god, throwing right now, throwing everything, including that rocket to get that final kill right now. Right, it's all going according to plan for them in this series thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. YEETMACHINE might be a little bit angry about how that one panned out. You can see on the top of your leaderboard 26, 15, and 4. Absolute domination. But unfortunately, it was not enough at all. The remaining 3 members of YEETMACHINE were at the bottom. So I think it's definitely up to YEETMACHINE's team to pick up some of the slack. But I think before the next game, we'll have to send you to a little bit of a break.
Welcome back to the grand finals, everyone. Coming into game 2 on Sunset for these teams between YEETMACHINE and THROMINES. Game 1 going in favor of THROMINES, looking pretty dominant. What I believe it was a 13-6 set. And now we're going into game 2 for these teams. We're going to go into agent select shortly. But as we get into it, as we load into it, what's going to be really important for these teams. And now, new game, new mindset, new agents on this map. Caliber, Sunset, what do you love about it? What do you hate about it?
So one thing I really love about Sunset is how aggressive it allows you to be. Sunset is one of those maps where you can get those quick rotations in. That's why I love to see the Neon on this map. The Waylay is also one that we see fairly often. It's kind of interchangeable. Just a dive duelist. It depends on how you want to play the game. But I do think that Neon is extremely powerful on this map. And I just love how aggressive you're able to get and how many strats and cool lineups you can get as well. One thing I don't like about this map too much, I wouldn't say there's too much. I think that the site post plans can get really tricky, especially if you have a good source of smokes. Like if you have, I've seen the Harbor do some crazy things on this map with the alcove. I wouldn't say it's the best choice, but yeah, any sort of smokes, any sort of cutoff is extremely useful, and it makes post plant situations pretty tricky.
No, absolutely. And when it comes to these two-sided maps, this is going to be mostly you could say a 4-lane because there is that double entrance onto that A site through that elbow and main. But really, it's going to be 3 main positions you're going to be fighting for on this map. It's going to be those main positions along with that mid. And how much of that mid control tends to favor a lot of the rotates, right? So for the defense, you have that door to put down into market. And then on the offense, if you are able to just smoke off that top of mid position, whether you do still want to go through that door or you want to go play up through those stairs towards that top mid, towards that CT position, it's going to be really crucial for them. And like you said, smoke's going to be all the rage, all we're going to be talking about for how these teams want to rotate and takes control of these sites.
Yeah, absolutely. The smokes are so important on this map. And Westy, such a good Astro. We saw it on I don't know if I think we did see it on the last map, but no, I don't think we did actually. Or no, we must have. We also saw it on the Breeze map, which was the map previous to the previous. But he was so strong on Breeze as well. Just a very good Astro player, able to utilize the stars very well. We do see Peso on the Phoenix as well. Was on the Viper last map, probably just the flex player. But Peso has been very good in this series as well, especially on a duelist. So I'm interested to see how this map kicks off.
And right now, bit of a default spread here. Towards going to be that mid presence they're going to be made, but the defense already pushing out pretty aggressively. Peso finds one as they're going to be pushing up through mid, and there it is. Fast and furious up the middle, up the gut. And it's just going to be up to them to find the control as the defense is already pushed out through A. One member still left on B, though.
We'll have to see if he's able to find any kills. The little bit of a whiff coming out is going to get the headshot in the end. A free B site for the attackers. Could get pretty scary here.
Now they're going to be there. Blade will try to find it, spamming through the smoke. None of them will land until that very moment. J-Space finds one with the shock dart. But Yen and Braxton following it up cleanly all through the smoke. And it's going to be YEETMACHINE with first blood in the round count.
Yeah, YEETMACHINE turning up the heat, and this one able to find the first round of the map. But we have seen this story before. Everyone remembers what happened last game. YEETMACHINE with the ace in the first round and the 3K in the second, starting off 8-0. The team kind of crumbled after that, weren't able to find too much success. So let's see if it's a similar story here, but early A aggression coming out and early mid aggression coming out from the defenders.
And once again, we're going to see the defense here group up. And I like this call from both of these teams. They're playing it slow, waiting to see what kind of contact they're going to be making. So they spotted the turret here, smoked off for a little bit. So they do know there's going to be at least one player on the flank. But how many will they encounter? That will be the question when they finally decide to pull the trigger and swing.
Oh, yeah, the kills are coming down now. Peso able to find a kill on the Vandal with the classic, and oh my goodness, we thought this round was gonna be YEETMACHINE sided, but it is anything but that. Asterix able to find a kill with the Vandal that he just picked up now. Now Braxton in a very rough scenario, 3K for this raise.
Wow, wow, wow. The Vandals that have started the round in the hands of YEETMACHINE. Finishing the rounds of throw mines. Asterisk making that pickup and that thrifty absolutely worth it. Wow, unfortunately there, see, that's what I was talking about in the first game. How much positioning, how much information will they get after they get that post plant? They're getting a little bit scared and giving themselves a little bit more of a confined space, playing these closer angles, and that's not what you want to do when you're playing against weaker guns such as these classics.
Yep, absolutely. Didn't have the impact that the Vandals definitely wanted to. Westy, though, able to find kill with the Outlaw. Throw Mine seems to have taken this round over even in the first couple seconds. Westy holding this with an Outlaw as well. There's a Cypher trip too, so if anyone swings, he should be able to tag him. Doesn't get the tag just yet, but the Asterix is there. So dominant, almost gets his third 3K. But Westy able to find the last kill that Asterix could not. Another round win for the Throw Mines.
And now the momentum on the side of Throw Mines economy. You're going to have to force something up for the side of YEETMACHINE here. They will have enough for full armor and guns for the most part, but how much utility will they have to bring into this next round? Should have most of it, if not all, but this will be the crucial round for them as they, after losing the bonus, giving up those 2 extra Vandals. If Throw Mines win this, their economy will be absolutely booming.
Of course it will. Throw Mines in a dominant scenario in this one. Hope they're going to be able to find something. The race second coming out. Mine just find 3. Only finds 2 with Sova picking up the other kill. Jace Mace able to pick up that one. Let's see if Asterix can find any more. The Astra Util is there, as well as the Shock Tart, as well as the Naze. Braxton is just dead. Another 3K for Asterix might be able to turn it into a 4th. Full Phoenix Flash Blade. Spam goes a little bit wide, but Tavasi pick up the last kill.
Oh my goodness. So there's the thing that you have to respect. Yen had the showstopper in hand, and there was Asterisk had the showstopper in hand, and there was just no respect for the side of YEETMACHINE there. Still grouped up, they heard it, and they tried to run. Not even some of them run away. And at the end of the day, finding a double with their Jace Mace on the back side to help clean it up as well. Just a little bit of a misread there, but as you can see on the rest of that round, there it is. Wow. Just beautiful, beautiful usage of that showstopper. But now, time for YEETMACHINE to make some noise. Sheriff's in hand. Blade Storm popped as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see how well they're able to utilize it. Yen able to get the Raise Nade down. Not sure how much value it got, but Blade Storm is able to connect onto one. Not exactly the cleanest ones of all time, but Throw Mines are at an even state, so not exactly the worst situation to be in, but the site is getting a little bit pinched here. Peso trying to flash out, trying to find the kill. Isn't able to just yet, but does take YEETMACHINE pretty far down low.
YEETMACHINE finds one and finds a second, but they will fall on the backside of it. Now it's going to be up to just Blade, but Tavasi with the 3K to end the round. And there, right now, they are just running away with it in this first half.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the first game. We see 4 rounds in a row. I believe last time it was 6 in a row that we saw. I do want to see if Throw Mines are able to get a streak that large again. I think it would be pretty funny, especially into this YEETMACHINE team. But yeah, I think definitely a great start for Throw Mines in this one. Wonderful showing so far. Every single member doing their job and doing what they need to do. But we'll have to see now as yet another A-hit is coming down. Cypher is here, and his trips are about to be set up, but the Fade Ultimate is as well.
Well, it's going to only hit the one member thus far, the only person, but there is going to be trap wires and that Cypher Cage to slow them down for the moment. Tavasi still finding the opener onto Yen. Peso up on the side as well into that corner position, and the rest of the defense has rotated. This Peso will fall, and the rest of them trying to make their way onto the site, but will be denied by all the defenders of Throw Mines here. And now it's just up to Sylvia. Shots will not land, but only in favor of Westy. And again, 5th round on the board. Jace Mace not even making use of that op yet.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't even have to fire it a single time in that round. I don't think I heard it. But again, it's a 5-1 lead. Like, Throw Mines are absolutely dominating YEETMACHINE. They haven't been able to find any openings outside of the pistol. Throw Mines able to create an airtight attack plan. They do it so well. Now posturing towards B, maybe towards mid though, looking to contest, and it seems like YEETMACHINE are there to meet them.
Yeah, that's going to be what was going to be crucial here. They don't have too many smokes, but Blade finds one onto Peso. Beautiful headshot from across the way. Westy's going to be the last person left up on top for the time being. So they're going to see what brought them success in the first round. And so far, they're finding again this way for the second time. But YEETMACHINE, up in hand, finds Yen, being a absolute menace and stopping the advancements as Sylvia finds a trade. And there's going to be YEETMACHINE all the way up in their own opponent's spawn, I should say. Wow, and now that they know the op is on on B, I should say, A, wide open for YEETMACHINE.
Yeah, pulls out the red card there, showing that the advance should stop there. Yeah, not quite sure how this op is going to respond. Might just opt for the save, but I'm not quite sure how safe he's going to be.
Yeah, and you can see now they're trying to find their footing here for the side of YEETMACHINE, and that's crucial here because now they found success. Will there be an adaptation made for either of those teams? Will they fake out that mid in later rounds to find, to force a rotate, or will the defenders try and counter with their own aggression down in the early parts of the round? It's going to be crucial because as you can see right now, YEETMACHINE's game plan, ball up his 5 and force their way into a position.
And that's was kind of Throwmines' idea in the last game. YEETMACHINE able to pick up 1 kill at the back end of the round. Feels pretty nice, especially for that added economy after the round loss. But I don't think they need economy. Oh, too bad. They seem to be doing good. But yeah, Throwmines have been doing very well, and I assume that, and I expect that they will continue to do so, especially with the operator in their hands.
Yeah, now 8 total ultimates available in this game, 4 for the defense, 3 for the offense. And it's going to be really crucial here because it is a gun round. You're trying to break their economy for the enemy team is for your opposition, I should say. And right now they're trying to see if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Once again, that mid presence crucial for YEETMACHINE.
Yeah, they get the Fade Eye down. They are able to shoot down the Cypher Trip as well. So should be feeling pretty happy about that early mid pressure. Trying to work their way a little bit up A, see if there's any trips that they can get. Gets the tag down onto the Jet, but updraft away means that he should be fine. YEETMACHINE gets it in the end. Yen able to exert so much pressure in this mid. Will they be able to find anything else is the question. Kind of just getting pitched here, but there's the rocket. It's charging, it's running out though. Will he be able to find anything with it? Tries to get the kill onto Peso, but with the operator on the site, isn't able to flick in time. Yen gets the kill, only 1 shot to the body is necessary. Asterix might be caught out here by Yen if he's able to find it, but immediately traded by Jace. Only 1 member remains from YEETMACHINE to try to even up the score. She will die for now, comes right back. No time remaining. We'll just have to fish for a kill before the defuse.
Yeah, unfortunately, they will fall. The call is correct there for the side. Make them waste the ultimate. Lots of time still to defuse. No panic needs to be had. And right there, just another clean round for the side of Throwmines.
Yeah, we see the fist bump. That was so tough, man. We get it. You're just the GOAT. We know you're the GOAT. We saw the 3K, okay? We saw the 3K. Hopefully, we're able to see our replay. But yeah, great 3K by him. Able to see the fist bump on the camera. And yeah, just all around great game from Throwmines in general. Able to pick up a little bit of a 6-2 lead.
Yeah, now this is a must-win round for the side of YEETMACHINE. I would say the economy is now scraping the bottom of the barrel. And at this point, if they don't win this, they could end the half on a 2-10 at this rate. And now it's going to be up to them. They even invested a showstopper in there. And there's going to be Peso up in hand. All they need is 1 shot, 1 kill. But here's the investment. Lockdown is going to be used. YEETMACHINE finding Peso, taking down that operator. And now it's just going to be up to Vasi, finding one before the lockdown. Still lots of time still before it goes down. And able to retreat back to safety as well. Now it's up to them. They have the neuro theft available, but they still need to find a body to use. And now it's going to be a 4v3 in favor of the defense.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the defense reacts to see if they're going to be able to find their ones, because if they just trade, it will be enough, but they haven't been trading enough so far. Now a 2 versus 2 scenario. This is absolutely not what you wanted, as only one member remains. 07 Braxton versus two members of Throwmines. Able to find the first, will be able to find the second, but no! Stunned up in the corner, and Westy is able to find yet another round for Throwmines.
Oh my goodness, well played for them. They had the information, throwing that Nebula down, getting them to get the shot as high probability win chance as you can. Unfortunately, it just was not in the cards for them. And you could see that opener for Peso made all the difference, even Tavasi as they entering the site as well. So with the investment, that is going to be a huge round loss for the side of YEETMACHINE. And now for the side of the defensive Throwmines, they're just going to be rolling in it. They're pretty happy, already winning the first half, 7 rounds up.
Yeah, 5 rather rounds up is what we're going to be faced with right now. Peso switching the op over to A site, but did too much use of it just now. Westy able to find yet another kill in this A main space. We'll have to see if Jace Mace is able to get the space in the place.
Ooh, bars.
Oh, goodness. We'll have to see that, because YEETMACHINE making his way up. The blinded clove will mean that the operator will be able to find the kill as well. Peso using the classic, finishing the round in style, just absolutely destroying YEETMACHINE, and Throwmines 8-2 the lead. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and they still even have that ultimate in their back pocket on the Phoenix if they decide to use it as well. So there is a little bit of a strat call. I want to bring attention to these players. As I mentioned earlier, YEETMACHINE on the attacking side likes to group up as 5. There hasn't been much of an off-rotate other than going through that mid and sending that players onto the other map and having that split call, but there isn't like an opening pick followed by util usage, getting info to rotate after the fact. And right now, Throwmines is making them pay for it.
Absolutely, and okay, Blade though getting an early pick onto the player of Throwmines. YEETMACHINE able to find another as well. Hunter's Fury coming out, won't find too much value at all. Jace Mace not too happy about that one, but Tavasi is going to just randomly swing into Sylvia, so YEETMACHINE at an extreme advantage here in this round.
And now Spike going to go down. It's going to be up to these two defenders. Peso with an op in hand. The other member of Jace Mace does have the Phantom, so they do have to be wary of it. Finds the first. Yen going to be the recipient of that. Jace Mace finding 1 and a second. It's definitely doable, but only 6 HP. Finds a dink. And 3 kills in a row, making the damage be felt regardless of the round end product.
Yep, bomb is ticking down, so should just be 8-3 by the end of this, but does have the operator for the last round, which is definitely a nice pickup to have in your pocket.
Yeah. And now for the rest of this round, what's really going to be crucial here, they are able to just find their way in towards that B side, force their way both through market and through that upper mid. As we mentioned, there is a final split instead of balling up as 5. But for the defense, of course, they're getting a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit overzealous as well. Miscommunication. They thought they were going to go up through mid. They still had Sylvia watching that market door.
Yeah, the market door is an extremely important position. We haven't seen too many tiles or markets flood coming out from the defense, which is definitely something I'd like to see a little bit more of. But again, this attack half has been absolutely insane. But it's about to end now. Last round of the half. I do want to see how both teams are able to play in this half, in this round rather. It's this last round in the half. B should be the target, as there's only Cypher here, but it seems like they yet again want to work up it.
Yeah, and there's going to be the investment of the run it back from the Phoenix player of Peso here. So they're going to force 4 members towards A. They aren't going to find any information at the very least. There's going to be Westy stuck in their astral form, and there's going to be the showstopper, and they're going to be the one that's going to be stopped. And Blade finally takes down Tavasi, and there's going to be the information as they know the rest of the defense is off-site.
Yeah, they want to find a way back onto the side. Will they be able to is the question. Pop with a race ult of their own. Not quite sure who they're going to be aiming at, as no one is really in the area. Might just aim it on the bomb, might just aim it on the box. Not able to find too much value, or at least as much as they would have wanted to, but Blade on a very nice position, able somehow to find the right click of the kill. And so evens it out to, of course, it doesn't even it out at all, but a little bit closer to make it an 8-4 half.
Yeah, now we see a little bit of momentum there for them. They got some success towards the end. 2 rounds in a row for them for the side of YEETMACHINE. Now it's up to Throw Mines here. They have a lot of tools here as they are running that double duelist comp similarly to their opposition, but right now they have a little bit more mobility here. They have the Raze, they have the Jet, so if they do decide to want to flood a site, especially with those club smokes, it's going to be crucial for them if how quickly they want to pull the trigger and what will be the catalyst for them to decide to make that decision. Meanwhile, now the defense is going to be really, really interesting for them.
Yeah, their only set of smokes is their Clove, so definitely interested to see where she will play, how she will play. Usually going to be in the mid lane, which makes the most sense. Of course, you have a very small tablet, you can't smoke too much. But now early aggression coming out, a little bit of a default, but lots of early mid pressure coming out from the attackers.
And they're playing this more of a default. They're throwing their sentinels out, and they're just trying to poke and prod for that information. Of course, you can see there's going to be the retreat back over to Vasi finding contact, but Yen will win out. 22 HP still alive to fight another day. And now that tile presence and mid presence is going to be huge here.
We'll have to see if Blade is able to make any use of a little bit of timing he might catch when Asterix is peeking out, but Asterix won't get too overzealous. Will just go with the rest of his team into this marketplace. There are 4 members here. Sylvia might be a little bit cooked, but chooses to drop back at an insanely opportune moment. Gets the 1 kill, but that is not the button you want to be pressing. Blade able to back up his teammates, though, finding 2. And yet again, YEETMACHINE comes out on top.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful coverage from up on high towards that boba spot. May I take your order? And serving it to him as soon as they can. So like you said, the defense, that's going to be a huge momentum starter. Now, 3 rounds in a row for the side of YEETMACHINE. Hopefully this time they're looking to not lose this bonus. Or anti-eco, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, the anti-ecos have been absolutely on point for Throw Mines. We'll have to see if they're able to garner a similar level of success, not choosing to go for any crazy stacks or anything, just early mid aggression like it's always been.
And now it's a time to take a page out of their opponent's book. Up the gut through the middle. There's going to be YEETMACHINE. There's going to go for a little bit of a trap play. There's going to be the C's. There's going to be the grenades. But the bullets will fly in favor of YEETMACHINE as they will find 4 instantly, only losing 1 of their own. And now it's up to the pace. Cashing in, though, far. Finding 2, but Sylvia finding 3.
Yeah, 3 is more than 2, or at least I think so. As YEETMACHINE are able to not get into eco, able to win out the last 4 rounds in a row. So momentum definitely in their favor, even though they did lose the first map as well as most of the rounds in the first half. So it's definitely up to this round as well as the next round to sort of set the pace for the rest of the map.
Oh, absolutely. And now going into this, the Peso also already has their Phoenix Ultimate, that run it back if they do decide to use it, as already a bunch of early kills for them in both of that second half rounds, I should say. And now making their way, I'm sure they probably want to use it going into a gun round. That's going to be huge as they cut off the sight line. They have the Blaze available. And now trying to clear out these angles, these pesky little rat angles.
Yeah, these rat angles have been the name of the game in this tournament. Blade trying to dash out, trying to dash away from the util. Phoenix Ultimate will come out and will find Blade in the end. Won't be able to find Braxton in the corner, though. So much util is coming out, but YEETMACHINE is here, finding a nasty flick through the smoke. This guy is locked in. Absolutely wonderful performance so far, but Braxton in the end will be mollied out. Only 5 HP. 5 HP might be all he need, but no. He'll get sprayed down. Now it's 1 versus 1 scenario. Westy versus Yen. Will he be able to find the timing that he wants? Westy is looking straight at him, and Westy finds the round for his team. 1v2 scenario, gets the plant down as well.
Unreal shots from both teams on that round. Braxton feet on fire, and so was that gun. Beautiful headshot with 5 HP, and even YEETMACHINE spraying and praying into that smoke, and their prayers were answered. But meanwhile, the entry as well, great use of the run it back for Peso as well to get that information. As you could see, they just trying to find everything in that round. And oh my goodness, Westy clutching up We've seen it before in this tournament. We'll see it again.
Oh yeah, we have seen it so many times. I don't even know if you were here for the map that Westy clutched like 2 1v2s. This guy is a clutch god. Absolutely, anytime this guy is left in a 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4 scenario, you can trust him to come out on top. Now, though, hitting the A site as Yen will take the first kill of the round. Very, very close. It's chunked down to about 10 HP. Will fall to almost anything, but I believe that's a Guardian in the hands of Asterix, so definitely not the gun you want to have the most. Will be swinging off contact of his teammate as well. Asterix now taking down to 1 HP. 10 versus 1. I think 10 is a little bit more. Yen comes out on top in that exchange, but Jace looking to even up it a little bit, but the crouch from Yen means that he won't be able to find the kill. Peso trying to look for a little bit more, but a little bit more will not be there. 4 versus 1 scenario now. Tavasi might just be swinging into this demise here. Let's see. YEETMACHINE able to pick up the last kill of the round. Very, very close now, 9-7.
Oh, they are inching closer and closer, and I'm sure Throwmines is feeling it for the time being, and they will take a timeout in response to that. Right now, they're going to probably plan out the next couple of rounds. They don't really have the economy going into this next one. But you can see how this round started. Just the shots were not landing. Jace Mace making them pay. Oh, finally there to get this kills again. But in the replay, you can see the teammates just being able to cover out and landing the damage when they needed to.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful job from YEETMACHINE to especially the mental fortitude that it requires when you lost the first map so poorly, when you see that 5-round win streak into a 3-round win streak for Throwmines. There's been so much leeway given, but in the end, it really just has been the mental fortitude of YEETMACHINE. And of course, YEETMACHINE at the top of their own leaderboard, 15 and 13, having a little bit of a slower game this time, but nevertheless at the top.
Yeah, and meanwhile, on the other side, Throwmines is just trying to find their way and find their footing here in the second half. Of course, like I said, less likely to do it with this battered and beaten economy thus far. But for this next couple of rounds, they will have ultimates soon to be had if they can either find some kills or even on those ultimate orbs as well to pick up for themselves. But really, Throwmines will have to find an answer, and if they can, will there be an adaptation for them? Right now, the success has been on towards that A site, but it came out of a clutch scenario.
It's true. It was only up to Westy, but when Westy's in those scenarios, absolutely monstrous. And it seems like they might want a little bit of a repeat coming down on towards this A site. At least that's what it seems like. Maybe, though, looking to work their way up towards tiles to get as much space as they would like. They notice that the door is closed. That actually gives you a lot of information about how the defenders are playing. That usually means that they're going to be stacking more people away from market and away from mid, and more so playing towards the sites because they want that added information.
Yeah, now as they make their way onto the site through market, that splash will not find its mark, but Asterix bullets will, and they're going to make their way, but Braxton is going to be holding strong, spraying one, and they're going to be able to find another, and they will not. Asterix will be the recipient of the double. Paint shells are going to be thrown high, and they're going to be cooked on fire. Asterix finally finding a third, that time with the paint shells. Yen has Showstopper available, and we'll find one onto Peso. One second on the Jace. It's going into a 1v1, but Westy again, time and time again, thrifty clutch.
Every single time the round is up to Westy, he will just win it. There's not much more than that to say, folks. This guy has been dominant in these clutch scenarios. And on the Astra as well, he runs it on pretty much every map. This is not really something you'd expect to see, but nevertheless, we are here.
Oh man, absolutely. We love to see it when these players show up and show out. And now up to the defense with that thrifty win. They are able to bring at least one rifle and hurt the economy a little bit harder for the side of YEETMACHINE. But now, Showstopper invested. Gonna jump over the Prowler. Gonna throw the rocket at their feet. Taken down, but Peso finds one on the backside as well. YEETMACHINE finding one. Has the ultimate available. Only finds the second. So now it will stall out for some time, as the Astral Divide is going to be invested for the offense, leaving the defenders trying to force their way in. Sylvia gets taken out, but Braxton is there to cover out, and Blade from the third angle. Their time to pick up a kill.
Yeah, Blade. Yeah, you said from the third angle, that's absolutely what it was. Able to, yeah, sort of pinch them a little bit, and it's kind of crazy what they're able to do. YEETMACHINE coming back. So these rounds have been back and forth like crazy. It's absolutely insane how much they fought back in this game.
Yeah, as you can see, they're just trying to find their way in. Just Throwmine's trying to find some footing here. Again, their success has gone through that market position, going towards that B. A has just not been their forte, unfortunately. And right now, I think they're realizing that as they're swaying back over towards that B side.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of pick opportunity now. Just a boom bot for you for info, rather, obviously for utility. But yeah, hit seems to be coming towards the B, which hasn't really been their forte, but we'll have to see if they find a little bit more success here.
Yeah, slow and steady is the game. They do only have the sheriffs in hand and light armor onto 4 for the side of Throwmines here. And of course, they'll use that Owl Drone to find information. Of course, and we'll probably won't find too much. But the rotates are now coming through for the defense. And right now, if they find any information, any picks here, that's going to be crucial for them to make that rotate through whatever lane they decide to get. But YEETMACHINE finds one, but great trade by Asterix.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit more there, but now an opportunity for a little bit more. But unfortunately, Westy spots out a little bit of a lurker here. And now, though, Throwmines are scrambling to get back onto the site. Now a 3v3 scenario. Phoenix ulti is available. Sylvia might be able to find a little bit of a pick here. Bomb hasn't gone down just yet as Westy will fall. Sylvia finds another, but ultimately gets taken down by Peso. Has the Phoenix ultimate, doesn't even want to use it, but that was ultimately the wrong decision. Blade gets the last kill of the round to make it that much closer. 10-9.
Oh my goodness, they were cutting it close, but that's all they needed for the side of YEETMACHINE. Throwmines had the right idea, but put themselves in a position where they could not closet kills. Sylvia getting 2 on their slow walk entry in was the game changer for that round. You can see the 1 there, the 2nd there on behind the gen, and that was all that they wrote. The flash unneeded as the bullets found their destination anyways.
Their bullets definitely did find their destination. Yeah, like you said, the flash didn't really do too much. I definitely would have wanted to see the Phoenix ultimate be used. I think they would have been a little bit more prepared for the flash. I think he felt a certain sense of urgency, which I totally understand. But now, though, this game has gotten a lot more interesting. We are very, very close in score. Throwmines 1 round away from YEETMACHINE. So they end up losing this one, it will be all evened up, as now it should just be a B hit. You can see the power of the Phoenix now. Ultimate coming out, but Blade doesn't even care. We'll just fire right past it. We're able to get the first pick of the round.
And Peso will use the ultimate to its maximum potential there. Still has the full armor at the end of it, of course, but now down a member. The call is going to be a little bit different. We've yet to see a round where they've been a member down on the offense and still have not seen that much contact across the map. So Tavasi getting huge information. If they can get a pick, that's going to be the dig. Finds one. There's going to be a transfer over to YEETMACHINE. Getting the neural theft as well. But the click and the information will not be in time as Yen pulls out the showstopper after getting that kill. Will not find its mark as Westy is going to be there as Asterix finds Silva trying to enter through that elbow position as well. And now 3v2 in favor of the attacking side.
Only 2 members remain now for the defense. Can they pull it out? Is the question. The pull, maybe a little bit mistimed. Coming out from Blade. He might just enter the but no! The updraft and the dash away means that he will survive for now. Now a 2v2 scenario on the site. Only 2 members remain. The satchel up. He tries to find the pick, but the whiffs coming out from both sides. Braxton will ultimately get the shorter end of the sticks, but Blade is here. Asterix reloading. Will he be able to find the kills? 13 bullets in the gun. Has 2 smokes. Can he find the bomb? No! Blade in the end getting the kill, nodding because he knows he's the better duelist, finding his team such a crucial round to tie it up 10-10.
Blade first at 20 in the game as well. What a way to reach that double-digit mark for them. And now, speaking of double digits, they also bring their team round up to 10, equalizing it up. Wow, what a change of pace. How the scenarios come. Just look at the movement there from Blade. Oh my goodness. I thought it was game over, but right now they just still would not lay down their lives quite yet.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure if that's what double digit means, but it's close enough. So I think I'll let it slide. No, no. It will be coming down onto B as these double digit rounds are that much more intense. The hit is coming down. You can see it even with the util usage. So many members of the attacker side are just absolutely flooding the site. Not much you can do when 3 men are absolutely swinging it up in your face. Hunter's Fury called as well as the Fade ultimate to try to get as many defenders away as possible. They really want this round. They want it bad, you can tell. Spam coming down onto mid doors though might be a little bit crunched here. I'm not quite sure if the attackers are going to be able to get out of this one. Only 3 members remain from the defense, but they are in such good positions. Not if you swing randomly though. YEETMACHINE, last one alive in a 1 versus 5. Throw mines, pick up what could be a crucial round.
Oh, now taking the lead once again back into their favor right now, thriving in the chaos. Both these teams coming down to the wire. That time, more dominant for the side of Throw Mines. But at that point, oh my God, they just weren't ready for the speed that Throw Mines was going to throw onto that site.
To the limit, to the wall. Absolutely down to the wire in this one. I hope we get to overtime because it would be absolutely wonderful if we could see that come through. These teams duking it out in such a high intensity scenario. Now the Astrals coming out very, very early. They do just want to cut off noise here, but I'm very curious as to why it came out this early in the round. I'm sure they also had a reason for cutting off mid as well, but for such a fast hit before clearing out any util, I'm curious as to exactly why.
Yeah, there's going to be 4 defenders here for the side of YEETMACHINE as JaceMace finds the opener onto Blade. That's going to be one of their top fraggers. Sylvia finds one with the Sheriff, and there is going to be a light buy. Only Sheriff onto one other defender as well, as Braxton and YEETMACHINE will fall. Asterix going to be the recipient of that. Sylvia finding one, Westy finding another in return. And now, Yen on the backside, Phantom in hand. Up to them to clutch it out and see if they can find it.
1 versus 3 scenario. Yen taking a little bit of contact, not falling all too low though. Does have the Boombot as well as 2 satchels, but the jump peak is there. Shouldn't have any more time. Feels like the momentum in the play has been a little bit lost, so will just end up backing off and saving the Phantom.
Yeah, now going to put themselves on to match point for Throw Mines, and at this point, their match point is going to be tournament point as well. So now up to YEETMACHINE to find a response.
Oh, I mean, there's a response right there. Not exactly from the correct team. Or if it is the correct team, it's not the response you wanted, just getting picked off and losing. A gun, not great for your economy, especially when you have people like Braxton who are kind of forced on a Spectre now. As well as YEETMACHINE, who doesn't have enough credits to buy his own rifle. But again, yeah, YEETMACHINE definitely need to pull out something a little bit crazy here if they want to win this round. They just need to be the better team, and for the entirety of this match it seems like they haven't been, but we'll have to see. Starting out now with a fast A push, Phoenix ultimate coming out. It seems as though Throw Mines want to end the series here. Phoenix Flash coming out, flashing himself just a little bit. The race nade is there, so will be forced to stop in his advances. Will just snap back to where he was. Yen able to find the kill on the side hold, but JaceMace is there swinging through the smokes. Shock Dart coming out onto YEETMACHINE as well, checking him down just a little bit. The Killjoy is here, but they want to get the bomb down before any of it happens. They have to decide if they want to go forward or they want to go back, and right now they want to go forward. Killjoy hasn't been broken just yet. 1.5 seconds. Ultimately it is. Sylvia on the site immediately died after coming out of the ulti, but not before she found one. Through the box of spam is there. Full bullets left on YEETMACHINE, trying to tap the bomb, maybe attempting to stick it, but shouldn't be able to find it. Maybe there's enough time, maybe he doesn't swing it, but ultimately Peso is there, and he finds the map and a 2-0 victory to give Throw Mines a flawless tournament run.
Wow, what a way to end it, making it close, making it uncomfortable for all parties involved. But just look at this final round. Just when you think YEETMACHINE had a way in, they're just going to force their way through. Bada bing, bada boom, making that round explosive, even taking out the lockdown as well on top of it to end it all. And beautiful, beautiful final rounds from Throw Mines there at the end. As you can see on your screen, Peso, MVP for the match as well. 21, 16, and 15. Turned it on towards the second half of the first half of the game. They warmed up, and it took to the final rounds for them to close it out. And YEETMACHINE on the other side, give credit where credit's due. Blade popping off, but unfortunately couldn't bring their team across the finish line to the end.
Yeah, and we talked about the Clove pick a lot. It definitely didn't feel like it got as much value as we would have wanted. Usually, Clove is better in those solo queue environments, so when you're able to sort of utilize her pseudo-duelist nature, because she has a lot of good tools, but only really when you're playing selfishly, right? And we did really see a team diff in that one. It just felt like YEETMACHINE just weren't as coordinated, right? And I think that's what it came down to in the end, because we saw YEETMACHINE their self absolutely pop off. That person is an absolute demon. We saw the ace in the very first round, and I really thought it would set the tone for the rest of the series, but ultimately it did not. It ended in a 2-0, and Neon, I'm curious to hear about your opinion of the entire series.
Oh man, what a round. It was just a way to two different styles clashing from these two different groups coming into the grand finals. First, we saw, like you said, already mentioned, YEETMACHINE coming in, both the player and the team, having that top fragger be absolutely crucial, followed by on the opposite side of Throw Mines there, playing a little bit more cohesively, a little bit faltering towards the end there, but were able to pick up the pieces and put it back together for those final rounds, get those last three to push them across the finish line, and now crown themselves as champions at the end of the day. And as far as expectations go, I had a great time. These games, we came for some action and some excitement. It's exactly what I got.
Absolutely. Action and excitement. That's what we're here for. And before we end, I just want to give a big thanks to Pro Minds. Absolutely wonderful tournament. Thank you guys so much for putting on this wonderful competition. This is the first iteration. I'm sure there's going to be more to come. But until then, my name is Caliber. I'm joined here by Neon, and we're about to send you to some highlights. So welcome back everyone in. So I just got word that we are going to have an interview with one of the players from the winning team. We're going to get an interview with Jace Mace, who was the star initiator, played it so well. I believe had some really good Sova performances. I believe that's his main. That's at least the role he fills in his team, and I really did enjoy watching him. Jace Mace had an absolutely wonderful. I mean, every single map really. It just felt like he was on top. He was dominating. Yeah, we're joined here. You can hear him now. What's going on, Jace Mace? How you feeling?
I am feeling so unbelievably well. It was such a fun tournament. It was such a fun experience. Every single one of us was completely locked in, and I was like so appreciative. Well, like I'm trying really hard to word this properly, because everyone was just so locked in and listening so well and playing off of each other. And like if someone needed to do something done, like they spoke up. No one was quiet. No one was quiet, and I can assure you, I definitely wasn't. If you were probably sitting like 5 houses down, you probably could have still heard me screaming. I got scolded a tiny bit after that first map of grand finals.
Yeah, we did see that scream at the end. We were able to see some of those hype moments on your webcam. Yeah, you looked really hyped up. That was honestly pretty epic to watch. And yeah, just for your entire team, it really did seem like you were coordinated a lot more than the other team. I mean, we saw it in the first 2 rounds of map 1. I mean, we don't need to say again what happened, but can you just tell us what was your thought process, like as a team, and what sort of conversations were you guys having after those first 2 rounds?
Because we were just sort of we were just trying to chill out, take it slow, because it like the first step of all of it, when you lose, especially after you lose pistol, even going back to that Lotus game, where I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, we got absolutely dumpstered on that first pistol round. Oh my goodness, we got absolutely dumpstered on that first pistol round. But it was just the mental fortitude from the rest of these guys. I legitimately cannot praise enough, especially after our Immortal player got his internet just died, just completely blew out. So we had to find a sub. Shout out to Peso stepping in just out of nowhere and just instantly stepping up. And the fact that we were able to just keep that mental even during such a long break, because there was a very, as I'm sure you guys are aware, very long pause in between. Yeah. Those games, because we had a tech issue, and then the opponents had a tech issue. So it was a lot of just sort of doing nothing. But the way that we were able to just immediately rekindle the flame, I think, was probably the biggest part. I like playing a lot more slower with my calls, a lot of that, and a lot of stuff. And it was very fortunate that like our team, everyone was just sort of completely locked in, and it wasn't one person popping off specifically. It was like anyone was able to step up and just start firing.
Right. So question for that, going into that, you said there's like a lot of communication, a lot of you making the calls as well. So going into this tournament and even coming in with that last minute sub from Peso, what was preparation and the expectations for you and your team going both into this tournament and into that grand finals after that long break?
I'm going to be honest with you. Today was the first time I've ever been in call with most of these people. I'm being so serious. That's because that was just sort of the nature of it. I think we did try to get a scrim running the day before, but timings and stuff just simply didn't work out. But sometimes it's just that first spark that just sort of just creates that explosion is what's like the most important, and that's precisely what we were able to do. And we just started absolutely running away with it. We had a lot of really nice set plays. We had a lot of really good discipline, especially on some of the rotates. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I think the least disciplined player on our squad was me. It was probably hands down me, where I might have over rotated a little bit too much, right? Maybe got a little bit too antsy. But everyone else keeping a level head was monumental.
Yeah, for sure. And if you had, so I mean, you did mention like how well your team worked together and how you were all super locked in, and it wasn't really one player who shined above the rest, and that's really what it looked like, at least to me. Like me and Neon, we were just talking about how much more coordinated you guys look, because Yeet Master, that guy was an absolute beast. Like he was pulling off some crazy shots, some crazy clutches, and yeah, you guys just worked well as a team, and that's what ultimately like allowed you to win. So, a question I have would be like, what member of your team, or like what sort of thing about how you guys interact with each other allowed you to get that level of comfortability and communication that allowed you to win in such a fashion?
I think because I know I immediately walked in and was like, okay, he's probably going to start running it down. I want to group up together and like fight things together. If you outside the sometimes when people are going to lurk. Shout out Peso, just completely locking it down on Lotus when he had to get subbed in on that Viper, and just sort of grouping up and playing off of each other, because I know there was a lot of good times when people, because we were fast, we never hesitated. A lot of times it's like we know that someone's through a smoke. I'm just screaming, I'm jumping, send it through. I got teammates swinging in behind me. If I die, I get the trade, or I get the kill. I remember, I think there was one round where I might have gotten away with a little bit of shenanigans where I might have been in like full midair and might have one shot the Omen in the backside of Haven, maybe. But
Right. Well, going into that final set of the game, once there was a little bit of a stifle towards that second game, dropping a couple rounds, it got close toward the end. For you guys, knowing that you were one game up, and you already talked about your mental fortitude, what were like conversations had going into those final rounds of that second game in the grand finals?
Before the map even started, I immediately said, completely ignore the last map from your memory plays. This is like, this is win or go home. There's no second chances. And to just like keep calm, even if things sometimes in the round I was trying to call it down, because there was one round that absolutely got out of hand on our attack half on that second map, where I think it might have just a little bit been a miscommunication. Maybe I fumbled over my words. But immediately after, like we calmed down. I calmed myself down. My heart was still racing a little bit. I'm gonna be 100 with you, because we knew it was like within grasp. But I didn't. Obviously, it's very important to try and stay calm, because if I get too loud, then my heart starts. My heart will just start racing. I might miss a shot or two. But I mean, I think I forget exactly who, but the moment it was over, I heard one of her teammates just go, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm like more shaky and more nervous now that it's like over, even like during the game." And that was sort of like the story of it. Going into it, like pre-map or whatnot, I'm very nervous. I'm very anxious. Post-map, I'm like I'm happy. I'm celebrating a little bit, and then still a little bit anxious of the next one. How do we want to approach it? And then it was just so calm inside the server. Like when
Got you.
Like you could go inside everyone's heads, you could hear a pin drop, except for when rounds were over and I was screaming. But
Gotcha. Well, once again, congrats on the tournament win, Jace. I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds to shout out anyone and anything, or final thoughts. So 10 seconds, Jace. Go ahead. Go.
All right, shout out to all my friends in the eSport server watching me right now. Shout out to my parents who are like so passionate about supporting me and also dealing with me screaming my absolute lungs out. A huge shout out to ProMinds for setting this whole thing up. Shout out to every single one of my teammates, because it was a very, very fun day, and I wish I could do it all over again.
All right. Well, thank you, Jace. Once again, congrats on the win, and we'll hope to see you again in future tournaments. Have a good one, man.
You all take care.
Peace.
All right. Well, Caliber, you heard from Jace himself. They're feeling it. They're hyped. And when they needed to lock in, they locked in. And that sounds like all that she wrote for the end of this tournament.
Yeah, and a great tournament it was. Honestly, I enjoyed myself a lot, even just watching the games and being able to cast them. There were so many hype moments, and especially when teams are a little bit more disoriented, it feels so nice to have them able to like get those more disoriented plays, those more disjointed plays, because chaos is what makes the game fun, right? And it's so fun to see teams that are very skilled but maybe a little bit disjointed. That's exactly what we saw today. And so yeah, again, huge thanks to everyone who organized the tournament, everyone at Pro Minds. But for now, my name is Caliber. I'm joined here by Neon, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.